Hey guys, Akuma here, and we're getting a spicy
guys?
deck profile.
With you guys. This is our friend right here. So what's your name?
How's it going? Name's Austin. How's it going, guys?
What were you playing today, sir?
Okay, so it was 60 card, Cyber branded Despia Bestial.
Jeez, that's a lot of engines.
Sounds beast,
The brick,
bro.
yeah, the brick.
You know what? It beat me, man. It
Right
beat
here.
me. It was a very good deck.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
What was your matches?
So I played against Sprite. No, I'm sorry. I played against Striker first. Then I played against Heroes. Dark Law's a thing. Don't forget.
That's right.
Then I played against Sprite, and then I played against Branded Bestial.
Gotcha.
Oh,
And then the guy we actually drew in the finals, he beat in a Shizu tier to get to the finals to
Yeah.
face each other. So people are like, no Shizu tier? Like, no, we had them. Don't worry.
Yeah, we still have those
We
decks here.
still have them.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
should we just get into it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, really weird synergy, but it does work. I know about that. So, Bestial package is 2 Lubellion,
All right.
put the 2 Saronir, 2 Druisworm, and 3 Magnum. I could play a 3rd Lubellion, I just don't have one.
Okay.
So that's really the kind of only real thing. Otherwise, like 3-2-2, I think is actually pretty correct. So you don't like brick on too many like duplicate copies or something. So
You can use more.
I feel like that's always like a perfect
perfect
thing.
yeah, it seemed to be pretty good that way. But the 3rd Lubellion, people hit him all the time with other Bistids and things like that. So just having him in the grave all the time is super good. So it came up today where it's like, yeah, I could play the 3rd and it would be pretty good probably.
Cool.
So and then Despia's the 3 Alu, just because he's the starter, of course. Yeah, and then it was 1, 1, and 1 that I did today.
And why do you pick that ratio?
So I originally I bumped up the Despias just because like normally like the deck's bread and butter. This deck is Chimera. If Guardian Chimera didn't exist, I don't think the deck really wouldn't function together because I need all the names. So, but the Despias let you, if you don't have the Chimera, it's Despia plus or light or dark. You can still fuse and like do something. So bumping up the Despias was important. He's the starter. He's the searcher you need. Ad libitum recurs. It's like he's a random one of. And then I wasn't playing this at all, but this format, he's actually like Silver Bullet, kind of really pretty good. Where I hit a Kit Kalos with it and shut it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it was like there's random things that come up like that, and it was like, and he's still a 3K beaters. Like even if they like, okay, I shut it off, he still made Rule Kalos. Like, are you gonna crash? Like go ahead, dude.
Right.
Like, so it was like he was just
He already did his work.
right. So it's like he was a lot of free value and still and another name, another Despia and stuff like that. Especially if you're polying a lot. So and it helps you OTK too, throw a bunch of other random things.
Next
So
thing.
that was really good.
Next engine.
So I want to get 3 Keeper. This is like a Luber 2.0.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's basically how it works. So, and then he also lets you do extra deck locks if you like Scythe or like Ra's Disciple or something like that.
Gotcha.
He's effectively the same thing, like searching a Branded Fusion, searching a Poly, which is good too. So it's like you add the Poly and then I can go into a Guardian Chimera play or something. So a chain blocked Guardian Chimera is like the name of the game, this format
Gotcha.
right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it lets you go off. So that was super good. It's just like another starter.
I've never seen that card.
Dude,
then,
I rarely seen that card. Especially, but I would have never thought I would have seen it in a deck like this.
Keeper?
Like
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, it is one of those random things. It's like, okay, exactly. He was in the structure deck for a reason.
Yeah.
People forget that. It's like, yeah, it's like Al Uber wasn't in there, but he was. And then my true love are all the Cyberdragons.
There you go.
yeah.
3 core, and then I play 1/1/1. This is like the rest of the Cyber engine that helps you like toolbox everything and go back, and then the 1 Chimera. This is the real reason why this kind of works, is because it lets me.
Hey. What's up?
It lets me.
Oh yeah, we told them.
yeah.
That's how we call
It lets me get the power bond combo. So like I literally had a game where I branded fusion and against a runic player and got curse sealed with the forbidden spelled.
Oh.
He curse sealed my branded fusion and my polymerization, and I still had this and I power bonded him and killed him. It's what let me just like keep extending. So
Yeah.
even though it was so random, so it was like that was the funny part, because really like this probably wouldn't be here if the power bond button wasn't here.
Right.
But it lets me just like keep going for no other reason, and then these other cards again let me extend and do other random
I
things.
feel like
so.
every deck you play, you have Cyberdragon.
I do.
Yeah.
It's because I do. So
Like, yeah. This is the
is what we do.
Cyberdragon guy right here.
Yeah.
All the time.
yeah. So that was that engine, and it's again like another starter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
another way to keep going. People say, "Oh, I have too many starters. There's 3 keeper, Louver stuff. How many normal summons do you have?" It's like, well, I can ditch them
Right.
Yeah.
and keep going. So it's
And
like
keep
they're
going.
actually like, I'm not dependent on the normal summon. I just need one.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
ditch anything else. So it just kind of fixes itself, which was good. Then 2 Albaz. You have to play 2 realistically. I don't need 3, and I don't really want to draw it. It's like okay to draw, but not the best. 2 Chain. We do play a Patrick engine. That's one of the main things that helps with Chimera and all those things. So it's more deck thinning, and then the raw for
And
the
the
lock.
raw. For the lock.
Same thing. Yeah, for the lock.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So those are the monsters.
How many monsters?
It's a good question. Actually, I had 29, I
Oh,
think.
so about half.
Yeah, almost half.
Yeah.
It's around there. It's either 29 or 30.
Gotcha.
And then 3 Branded Fusion and the 3 opening. So main starters, and then I would say low key. This is like the secret. This is what lets everything kind of blend together even more. So like if I normal a core or something and I still have this, I can get the Aluber as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It just helps me
Yeah.
just keep going.
And just keep
So
going.
I don't have to choose one anymore. I get both. So that's really, really good. And then protection and everything else. So that's super good. Still play 3 Patchwork. Again, it's just because like it's a way to get to Poly, and 3 Poly too. I only play 2 Chains, but like having this or this, having just a hand and then still having the Poly, this is a power card.
Yeah.
If people don't stop this, like people don't think about it, but it's like if I just Poly blankly with something like that and you don't stop this, I'm chimeraing you.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 And it just, it's too many pluses. It stops to it. So it's like, if you don't, it's same thing. If you don't stop this, it's going to let me just continue and I'm going to blow you out. So it's like, it
Yeah.
makes it so you have to stop this. So it's like, that's why I just maxed out.
And always power bond.
Exactly.
Always
So it's
power
like, it
bond.
lets you go. So it's why
Yeah.
only the 2 Chains, because it doesn't do anything on its own, whereas like these cards do.
2
Yeah.
chains?
Yeah. And then, yeah, Cyber Starters, again,
Yep.
starters, 1 Realm, because we get that. This is, again, the power play, and then the power bond. So I don't need anything else. I can literally have a core, well, it's a core and a spell card, like any spell or trap.
Right.
And I can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Because you
Nice.
core, get the Realm, get the Chimera, extra normal, use the effect, add this, and then make the Seeger, and then I bond.
Yep.
And so it's like, that's the great part. So like even if I like brick or like something else would have happened like that, it deals with itself. I still have a play.
That's
So that was sort of the
Keeps
idea
going.
of like
It keeps going.
behind putting this in the deck, whereas like if this wasn't here, I wouldn't be able to do that. So and it's again like it's a 4th poly and it's on crack.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 2 pot. 60 cards is all about having as many starters as you can. Like people play 60 cards, but they just fatten it up for no reason. That's not good. If you're
Yeah.
if you're boosting up to 60 cards, but you're adding starters, then it's good. Then
Right.
you have other plays and other things like that. So this is part of the reason for that.
Why not 3?
The 2 pot. I can't just because of the extra deck. Really, it's
Okay.
like realistically, I could never resolve more
A
than
third
2 ever, and the
Gotcha.
3rd one will just kill me.
So you play it instead of just having to like open it to search for something, you'd rather just be able to play both of them if you eventually draw a second.
Well,
or-
it like opening 2 is also garbage.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
never want to have 2. So it's like I sort of have like an out, I guess. If I like with this, I have to ditch a spell and trap to search.
Okay.
A pot. So it's like if I have a duplicate of something or like that, this kind of help me like unbrick me.
Gotcha.
In a way, but the rest of the time, it's like I don't really want to see that many. It's like I want to dig. It's
Right.
a good card, but realistically, I only want to resolve 1.
Yeah.
sense.
Never
Yeah.
really want to
Yeah,
resolve
yeah.
more. And then tactics. Tactics just cracked this format. What can I say?
Yeah.
It
Everybody-
does
yeah,
everything.
my
Everybody
turn.
needs to
There's
play
It
that.
does
your
everything.
turn,
Yeah.
it's
You
our
go
turn.
going first, they bestial you, you rip a card out of their hand, or
Yeah.
you keep going to get to your combo. Going second, you crack their board and keep going. I'm
Yeah.
power bonding you. So if I take your
Yeah.
monster, I'm probably killing you. So.
Yeah.
Hey, I got power bond.
Yeah.
And I went to like
Oh, that's right.
15,000 or I don't know how many life points.
15,100. He spooky dogwooded me, and I Seeger Rampage off a power bond, hit him for 18,900.
Still lost, bro.
Still wasn't enough.
lost. I'm like, no, I'm safe, but no.
He wasn't. Shout out to my buddy over here, Sabad,
Let's go.
for getting me to play this card.
Well, we charge it, but we'll do it.
We'll do it later. So this was the card that is like
You can go back if you want.
let me bridge. So it's like we have other engines and stuff. So
Yeah.
any of my Cyberdragons, if I have just like a random Cyberdragon, this will let me bridge to get to a Keeper of the
I
Dragon
remember
Magic.
last week you were looking
get
for the
to an
bridge.
Aluber. I
Or
didn't-
like 2 weeks ago.
Didn't
yeah,
yeah. I don't even know if I can do this, but
Yeah,
here we
yeah.
go.
We're trying.
Yeah.
You got to something.
So yeah, so this lets me get to like another starter if I have like something wonky or something. It's another random bridge. I was playing 3. I was able to drop it down because I was able to make the deck a little more consistent than it was before.
Right.
But the 2 is still good for like just wonky hands and other things that I could get to other name, get to a start or something. So it's actually really good. This is low key like one of the like another silver bullet in the deck that lets me get to a starter.
go.
And the regained.
That thing puts a lot of.
This card is
a lot of work.
retarded. This card is so good. It's so free, and it just keeps going. It just keeps sprinting anything. And then traps were 2 beast. So a lot of people forget that's like honestly like one can get the other one back. So like these 3 cards. Say I have a beast engraved, but I have like this one on field. It can get the other one back, and then it's not once per turn.
Oh.
So like if I have 2 Bistials, if I Magnum Butt you and like Druis Worm or something, I can crack and crack again. And then they just, as long as I have one, I can keep putting the other ones back. So it's like, that's why I have like 2 here, and it's an out. It's the same thing of like Mystic Mine or something like that. It's just something I can just crack and pop a card, whatever.
Right.
So it's like, it's a problem solver. It's a big problem solver. And then the fact that you can just loop them back. So it's like, I was playing one before, I immediately, it was like, it's just too good to put it to. So I put it back. Banishment, again, this card is cracked right now. It's like just reborning and like a Mirror Jade or something, and then being able to poly off with whatever your opponent does. Same thing against Tier. It's like because it banishes. It's like, that's why super poly. It's like if you super poly them, it sends everything to grave. They'll trigger everything.
Right.
This it banishes. They don't trigger anything.
It's in the
it just
name.
kills it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Expulsion, again, crack card helps with the raw and like the scythe lock and everything. If you want to do that, honestly, even if you weren't playing raw, you should still play this card. It builds you so much other advantage. Where it was like, I did it earlier today. I got my Aluber back and then stole his Magnum Butt and triggered my used his Magnum Butt to trigger my engine. So it was just like this same thing. Like it had nothing to do with a lock. It was just a free like reborn, able to like keep going, and then overflow for the rest of the Cyber engine. Which again, it's another just out that you can search in 60 cards. I can't like. It's difficult to play like Harpy's Feather Duster or something. I'm never going to see it in 60 cards. So I have to play something that's searchable. And it's, again, so it's like, it lets me just keep going. And can search too. It's like if they crack it, it's like I just go back into my engine. On destruction it searches again. So super good. Extra.
I know it's Guardian Chimera Turbo, but let's see what else we got.
Basically, yeah. So I'll do the Cyber stuff first. There's 1 Seeker, the Chimera Tex, and then a Rampage and a Twin. These are the Cyber engines. I honestly, this should be a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. It's like the only like change that I would make, and it was just for the banishment. I had today, where it's like I could have banished it to bring back a Mirror Jade, and I was against the hero player, and he just had a bunch of darks. And if it was a Starving Venom, I could have had the Mirror Jade and wiped his board and put a Starving Venom on. It just would have been so much value. So this, it's like realistically just for a generic target to be able to fuse with banishment, like that's what this should be. Something else. Could be a Dragostopelia too, but it's just I think Starving Venom's a little bit better just because it's super generic, and I don't know what else you're going up against. And I'm an OTK deck, so if a Starving Venom comes out and he's like 5,000 attack or something, it'll have just clean out. So, and I would say this too is like instead of playing like 2 of this I can do with Keeper of the Dragon Magic. The other effect is like you reveal like an Albaz monster or something. If you reveal like Alba or something, you were born in Albaz, I can reveal this and reborn a Cyberdragon, and then like contact it away. It's something else the one has. So it's just it's something else that lets the keeper just toolbox even more. So it's something else that they're able to do. So that was actually like I didn't even when I was building the deck I didn't even realize that. It was something that just kind of came up and I was like, oh, that's really cracked actually. So, so I was like, so the twin is actually like okay. It's like that actually made sense to do it that way. The Alba, and then got it was Alba, double Albion, and you do it this way. You have to play this for the Scythe Lock. But it's like they're sort of the same thing, you know. If you're playing 3 Albion or something, but you have to play one of those, and then 1 Lubellion and 1 Mirror Jade. Honestly, like I was playing 2, but you don't need it. I'd rather toolbox something else. The ad libitum can get it back, and it's like you can only have 1 on the field anyways, guys. Like don't trip out about playing a second one or something. It's fine.
Just buy 1,
so it's okay. So I know, and then for insurance, some people like 2 of this again, but it's like the way the combo is now. You do Albion into this, so if anyone stops something, they actually stop this. They're not going to let you just get a free body on board and let you just like keep going. So it was sort of this thing. If you play it smart, you only need 1. It's not a big deal.
Right.
And then double Chimera, of course, bread and butter. Yes, you need 2. I'm not even playing branded in red. I side my branded in red.
Oh yeah.
You still get 2 out. I put the branded in red in the side just because it's like you have to have a Despia pretty much, and unless you're playing pure, it's really hard to guarantee that you have a Despia engraved. And then even if you do, Bistia is your thing. So it's like so the branded in red, it's like it's really strong, but it's also at the same time it can break and cause other problems. So it's like I'd rather play it against something that's like a back row deck or something else if I can toolbox it in or something. So it's like, but even without it, I still play 2 of these. So it's like it's just because it's so many. It's just so generic. It's like because like if I can't like I do sometimes I can poly and just like rampage somebody randomly with like 2 random Cyberdragons, but most of the time it's this. It's like I have a keeper on board and a Hertz in hand and like a chain. You know, it's like what am I gonna do? It's like this. You just get free advantage and just keep going. You can't be targeted. Good cards. This card. This card is dumb. Play this over Quartus, especially if you're playing Banishment. This card will end games because it steals things, it lets you reborn other things. It's an OTK card, like it's huge.
Yeah.
What is that called?
It's like,
Proskenion. So
Gotcha.
most of the Despias, like Quartus or something, need a Despia plus a light or a dark. This is both. It needs a Despia, a light, and a dark. So it's a little heavier, but it's like if I have the Despia on board. So you combo like an opening or something like that, and then you fuse like in your opponent's board any of their lighter darks together with your Despia card. So it clears the board, and you get this, and then you quick effect reborn or crow something effectively. You steal something out of their graveyard. And it's like and being able to reborn it, it's so much damage for one card. It's like 6K. If you reborn something off of it, you get him plus something else, like any other extender, it's game over. So it was too good, like over the Querchus or something is too high of impact not to play it. So and effectively too, it's like a third one of these because it's another 3. Like you need 3 fusions or whatever. So like in those weird situations where because I have burned through both the chimeras and I needed something else. As weird as that sounds, people are like, "What?" It's like, it's 60. I just keep going. The deck just keeps going. And that's it. So and then Masquerade. It's time, and then again, just it's simple Despia plus anything, fine, whatever. And
would you think that you would ever need like a second one?
No, it's honestly never happened. And one of the only like other reasons why I played it, it's either just an extender or it's part of the raw like Disciple lock. So it's like because you get something random out for free. So like the combo is you keeper and then ditch a Despia. You have to have Despia in graveyard, and then so you Albion with a keeper and this. And then the keeper will reborn the Albaz, and you contact the Albion and the Albaz together to make this, and then this is just like on the board for free.
Gotcha.
So it's like I'm gonna scythe lock you, and even if you break it, I'm just gonna sit and burn you forever. Just more damage.
Just keep doing it.
Yeah, and for time rules and everything, it's one of those things that's like okay, like I can't cowboy you, but I can do this.
Yeah.
I can force you to stop playing. So it's like that's it. Super fun.
Cool, thank you.
Any shout outs, anything you would change maybe in your deck?
Like I said, just the Starving Venom for the second Mega Fleet or something. Realistically, I know like Clockwork Knight just came out, and I low-key, like, I love that card, but with 60 cards, it's just like a hard draw. I can't guarantee that I would see it, and then I can't take advantage of the grave effect to, like, add an Earth Machine. It's like, I just, like, tech a random Theron or something, and that's just potentially a dead card. I won't have any machines in the grave or anything.
Right.
So,
Makes sense.
I was thinking about it, but yeah, it's like, I wanted to. It was like, be able to, like, just break someone's board and just, like, contact everything. It's like, yeah, like, believe me, I thought about it. So,
DNA everything.
Yeah,
DNA everything.
Exactly. Like so, super good. But yeah, other than that, like shout out Paper Heroes, great locals. We have fun.
Yeah.
And everything. And my buddy Saban, tell me about Small Worlds.
I would
help me bridge.
Turn it over, but
Go
get in
Look for the guy in the flannel.
Hi.
He wears the flannel.
what up?
Yeah. Hail Sidra, guys.
All right, man.
That's it.
Thank you for the deck
Thank you for
profile.
the
Yeah. Peace, fellas.